The world used to be much more simple, but since the virus was spread, things have changed. All signs of life has disappeared. The Minecraft world has turned into a wasteland. Will I be able to fight my way through the waves of zombies or die trying? Welcome to my 100-day journey in a hardcore apocalyptic wasteland. Also, we are very close to 30,000 subscribers, so consider subscribing and also join the Discord, link in the description. Before these 100 days came to an end, I had a few goals in mind. Number 1, I wanted to make a huge base to protect me from the zombie horde. Number 2, I wanted to upgrade my arsenal by crafting some guns, tanks, and even planes. And number 3, I wanted to survive the final wave on day 100, where hundreds of strong zombies spawn. It was the beginning of day 1. I turned on the lights inside the bunker and picked up my bed and the last of my supplies in the chest. I had 4 chickens and some leather armor. Not much, but it should help me survive on the surface. I soon stepped onto the thick dirt and noticed these creatures that were following me. I have never seen one of these before, but I assumed they wanted to kill me, so I ran. Later, I jumped into a tree to seek safety from the horde. I then collected some wood and made some basic tools. And then after, I mined some stone to make some upgrades to my tools. Lastly, I got chased by another horde, and I found an abandoned house, so I dug down and waited the rest of the night. Day 2, I went out of the hole and searched for a new place to build my huge house. Later on, I found a perfect place to call home. I wanted to make a mountain house, because that would be the safest option. So with that being said, I started to build the base. Night soon came and I rushed back to the base. You don't want to get caught out at night, because at night, hundreds of zombies spawn. Later on in the night, all things were going well until I opened the gate and an invisible zombie spawned and started to eat away at my health. I ran out into the thick fog where hundreds of zombies were spawning. I had half a heart. I was very low. I took out my last piece of chicken and healed up and made a quick dash for the entrance of my base. Wow, that was way too close. The next day, I stole some armor from a zombie because stealing things for your own personal gain is the only way to succeed in life. Don't listen to anything I say. Later on, I started to decorate the inside of my base. After I made a staircase down to Y12 to start looking for some diamonds. I really needed some. And then finally, at the end of the day, I found enough iron to make some tools. Things were looking quite well for me. Day 4, I planted some life to this horde wasteland. And then after, got some water by breaking the ice. And then using the water, I made a huge farm that will give me food for the next few years. I then became a cannibal and ate someone else's meat. Yeah, I never want to say that again. Lastly, at the end of the day, I made a mining terminal where I can craft things, smelt things, and most importantly, mine. Day 5, I made my first shield. I then changed the staircase down to the mine with all stone, and then I improved the mining terminal a bit. Finally, at the end of the day, I did the daily zombie slaughter. I went mining for all of day 6 to find some more iron. I needed a lot. Day 7, I got attacked by a fire zombie, so I fought it fairly. Yeah, no, by fairly, I mean standing behind a fence and cowardly killing it. After that, I continued to plant some trees, and then went exploring to find some more useful supplies. While mining this bone structure, it started to snow. The weather was already starting to change drastically. I needed to get back home fast. At the end of the night, I made some stairs to go down to the mining terminal to have easier access to it. Day 8, I expanded the carrot farm so I could eat something other than rotten flesh. And then after, I decorated the outside of the base. I really liked it so far. And then finally, I went mining and found my first diamonds. I was now on my way to becoming the new Jeff Bezos. Day 9, I made my first diamond pickaxe, and then made a storage room and filled it up with iron chests, which is a better version of the regular vanilla chest. The next day, I got a lot of sand to make some more windows. I really wanted to expand the base. It was a little too small for my liking. And then finally, I made a roof and a gate to go around the farm. Today, I made a few expansions to the house. I really wanted this thing a lot bigger than it already is. Day 12, I spent the whole day mining. Day 13, I finished the storage room and I started to move all my items into the assigned chests so I could keep a somewhat organized storage system. The next day, I made a huge expansion to the base. This thing was gonna be insane. Day 15, I found a huge meteor strike and there was obsidian inside. So I decided to mine it for another portal I would make later on. And then finally, at the end of the day, I found a villager outpost, and I felt like it was my duty to defend this place from the horde. Night soon came, and the zombies were hungry. It was time to defend this place. The sun sun soon rose on day 16. I successfully defended this outpost. So after I did what any normal person would do and trapped the villagers in a confined space with no way to get out. Yeah, I'm a horrible person. Day 17, I decorated the outside area of the base with oak pillars with torches surrounding them so no zombies would spawn inside the base. Then I added some crafting tables and some cauldrons around the pillars for some decorations. Day 18, I made an advanced modern weapon box so I could start making some weapons to fight off the zombies. I firstly made a Peacekeeper shotgun and I only had enough gunpowder for 2 shells. I then tested out the shotgun and wow, this thing one-shot zombies. I definitely need to get more ammo for this thing. The next day, I stole some wool from the villager outpost. Yes, this is the same one that I saved from the zombie horde. I am truly a menace to society. I basically just went mining for the whole day, but it was worth it because I had enough diamonds to make a new diamond pickaxe and sword. At the start of the day, I slashed this huge zombie horde outside my base. I could tell that these zombies were coming back in greater numbers. I then after made a sniper to be able to pick off the zombies from a distance. I basically went mining for all of day 22. Nothing really happened. Day 23, I went out and found this abandoned villager outpost. There were these books in the chest. Maybe it would tell me what happened to them. When I opened the book, I soon realized that I was illiterate and I couldn't read. I then soon realized that I was out for way too long. It was turning night and I was far from the base. I soon tried to run back while hordes of zombies were chasing me. The next day I made some clay sand mixtures that can be put in a furnace to make fiberglass. Fiberglass is used to make advanced weapons, armor, and ammo. Soon after I made a crossbow and some arrows. And then I tested on a zombie horde. Yeah, no. This thing sucked, and it was a huge waste of materials. At the end of the day, I forced my caveman-like brain to figure out how to use redstone. I needed to start making traps if I wanted to survive out here. I spent day 25 trying to set up some traps. And then later on, while minding my own business, a creeper said, I'm about to explode now, and then got me down to 3 hearts. Wow, that was way too close. And then at the end of the day, I finally finished the trap, and it was time to test it out. Nice, it didn't work. The next day, I upgraded some of the chests to gold, so now they could hold more items. And then after I finally figured out how to use redstone and fixed the trap, and then I also made an area for the zombies to funnel into the trap area. This was starting to look very nice. Day 27, I wanted to improve the trap at the front of the base. I was thinking of having a pit for the zombies to fall in, then I can activate a switch for the lava to come out of the dispensers to burn the zombies alive. This would be very helpful because the zombies were coming back stronger and in much bigger numbers. And at the end of the day, I tested out the trap that I made. Wow, this thing was amazing, and it killed zombies very fast. Day 28, I went out to do my routine trick shotting. Wow, I am really bad at this game. I then made another addition to the zombie trap. I tried to make it into an optional XP grinder, so I can either kill the zombies by using the lava, or just killing them by using my sword. Now, I have never used hoppers before. Yes, I know. How are you even a Minecraft player? You know what? Who knows? Anyways, I set up a hopper system to go into a double chest to catch any items that the zombies drop. And then finally, I made a room for it for easy access to the XP grinder. Yeah, this thing was one of the best traps I have ever made. The next 2 days, I just spent mining. Yeah, that's it. Day 31, I went back to the villager outpost that I saved earlier and said hello to the villagers. I even showed one of them my crossbow.
No, don't do it!
And then after, for some reason, I did a 360 into my bed to go to sleep in style. So after saving this villager from the horde of zombies, I felt as if he owed me a lifetime of service. So I kidnapped him and brought him back to a much safer environment. Day 33, I used the villager as zombie bait. Look, I don't want you to call me mumbo jumbo or anything, but I made an automatic farm at the end of the day. This thing was very complicated to make, and I was even surprised that this thing worked. I am the worst Minecraft player alive. Day 34, I used the auto farm to get some more carrots. The next day, I shot a creeper with my gun. And then later, I bought a cake from my well-treated villager friend that's definitely not there just to distract zombies. After I made a modern warfare armor box. When looking in the armor box, I saw these exoskeleton leggings that make you go insanely fast. But I would need a lot of fiberglass to make this thing. Something I have a very low supply of. And then finally at the end of the day, I ate a poisonous potato. And then proceeded to dance while I was slowly dying. Yeah, there is something seriously wrong with me. The next 2 days, I went out exploring for some more clay so I can make some fiberglass. Day 38, I finally found the villager outpost and decided to raid it of all its loot. Later I got chased by a huge horde of zombies, but then I saw a huge floating tower. This would be safe enough for some shelter, so I built up to the tower and proceeded to loot it until a zombie spawned, and another one. I soon realized that this was a zombie ship, and I have just invaded it. They were mad. They got me down low, and I ate a golden apple. I soon placed a water bucket and swam out of there with 2 hearts to my name. Then I made a huge leap and placed the water bucket down to break my fall. I soon realized that it was night, and there was a huge horde of zombies following me. I had to get out of there. I soon ran far enough away that I dug a hole and waited out the night. Wow, that was close. The next day I made my way out of the hole. I then made my way back home, and I have never been happier to see it. Day 40 I made a diamond helmet and a diamond chestplate to help me survive more than 3 seconds. I then enchanted my diamond armor with some pretty helpful enchants, and I also enchanted my sword with sharpness 1 and knockback 1, and also my pickaxe with unbreaking 1. I just went mining for the next 2 days. That was all. Day 43 I decided to expand the farm so I could have more access to food. I started the day with doing some target practice on an innocent creeper. And then finally, at the end of the day, I found a villager outpost, so I ravaged it of all its belongings because I am simply just not a good person. I noticed there was an army specialized villager, so I decided to kidnap him and bring him back to my base. But there was one problem, however. We were about 800 blocks away, but knowing my dedication to the art of kidnapping villagers, I went through with it, and this is how I spent days 45 to 47. I spent these days just trading with villagers that I stole.
What did he say?
The next day I made some chest upgrades and then made a trap at the side of the base because zombies were really piling up there. From days 51 to 54 I worked on making a second floor to the base. Day 55 I made some leather using the rotten flesh that I collected from all the zombies. Then I casually had a snowball fight with a creeper. Day 56 I crafted my first plane. It wasn't very fast, but it was much better than traveling on foot. After crafting the plane, I made some fuel canisters for it to fuel it up. I then after placed the plane inside of the house for some reason. Yeah, I definitely need serious help. For the next 2 days, I made an airplane runaway, so I could easily take off and land with the plane. Also, it looked really cool. Day 59, I styled on the zombie. Man, I am the best Minecraft player ever. This was the day that I was to try out my new plane that I crafted. I took off and all things were going well, until I fell out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to flying this thing, or this will be the cause of my death. Okay, attempt number 2. I spent these 2 days searching for a villager outpost to get enough clay to make some exoskeleton leggings so I could travel much faster. At the end of day 62, I came back home with tons of clay. I then landed and a giant horde came chasing after me. I had to get out of there fast, so I ran to a nearby tree and swam up and waited the rest of the night. Day 63, I was stuck at the top of the tree. There were tons of zombies below me, so I took them out at a safe distance. And then after I went out to get some sand so I could make some sand clay mixtures. Finally, I put the mixtures into the furnace and made enough fiberglass to make the exoskeleton leggings. I have been waiting for this moment for so long. I then tried them on and I went insanely fast. I could definitely outrun any zombie that challenged me. I went mining today and found my first slime. These things were very rare, and I was very surprised to see them still spawning on this wasteland. Day 65, I made an area to put the nether portal. I decided to make it look like a ruin by adding some mossy cobblestone and some iron bars to contrast with the stone bricks. The next day, I took my nervous steps into the nether. It was dark, and everything looked dead. After coming to that realization, I quickly made a base around the nether portal. Then after, I went out into this mysterious world and found some quartz as well as some magma blocks. Later on, I added some nether blocks around the portal, so it looked like the dimension is leaking out into the overworld. I then went back inside the portal and made some more additions to the base. And then finally at the end of the day, I collected some glowstone. At the start of day 67, I realized that I could make my own gunpowder by using 3 charcoal and 1 glowstone dust. Now I can have much more easy access to ammo for my guns. After I made a Mastiff, which is a very powerful shotgun. And I also made an RPG. I spent this day just making ammo for my guns. That's basically it. Today I was making a trap to go on the side of my base until a creeper came out of nowhere and exploded. Yeah, this scared the life out of me. I think my heart stopped at least 4 times. Later on, I saw a zombie pigman roam around the base, so I claimed him by naming him Citizen. You are mine now. It was finally time to venture to the Nether Fortress, so I grabbed together my things and made the trip. I soon approached the blaze spawner and made a box around it to start farming blazes. After I was done, I realized that there were, well, thousands of blazes spawning around me. After waiting, I soon found an opening and took the chance and ran for it. I made it out and dug to safety, and finally I made my way back to the portal. The next day I tried out the RPG, and wow, this thing sucked. I mean, I might as well be using a wet paper towel. This thing did no damage. I later did some trick shotting with the shotgun. Yeah, this will never get old. Near the end of the day, I made a 50 cal sniper rifle, because I really wanted to compensate for something. Day 72, I did some real trick shotting with my big sniper. Yeah, this thing was very powerful. The next day I made a Spitfire, which is a much better plane than the one I have now. I then fueled up the Spitfire to use it tomorrow. So this was the day that I tested out the new plane. And yeah, this is why you don't give someone with the brain capacity of a pebble something that flies. Yeah, why can't I just fly normally? I went mining for the whole day to get some more materials since I ran out of them making the plane. Day 76, I combined 2 pickaxes with efficiency 2 to make an efficiency 3 pickaxe to mine a lot quicker. Day 77, I went out to use my gun on some zombies. Man, I like guns. I then placed some of the guns that I don't use around my base for display. And wow, I actually really liked it. Day 78, I went back to the nether and killed a ghast by hitting him with his own fireball. I then killed another ghast with my sniper. I then later went home and combined my 2 swords with sharpness 2 to get a sharpness 3 sword. I then bonded with Citizen? What the hell am I doing? Day 79, I placed some glowstone around to light up the inside of my base. I then made a tank. Yes, a literal tank. And then finally, at the end of the day, my villager friend that is totally not a slave died to natural causes. So to commemorate his honorable death, I made a grave for him with an inspirational sign. RIP villager, you will be missed. The next day I tested out the new tank, and wow, this thing was so cool. Yeah, no, I actually never used it after that. Pretty ironic, right? From days 81 to 86 was spent building a huge watchtower at the end of the airstrip. Day 87, I went mining for the whole day. Yeah, nothing really happened. Today, another zombie pigman walked into my base, so I decided to call him Ron. Then after, I decided to drip him out with some Juggernaut armor and a shield. Ron shall now be my loyal guard. After, I then made a blue shield to match my diamond armor. Lastly, I decided to capture a special zombie inside my base. Aw, he is so cute. At the start of day 89, I named the zombie I captured Man, I'm Dead. And then after, I decided to dress my boy. God damn, he dripping. Day 90, I went to go hunting for some more glowstone in the nether. And then after collecting the glowstone, I used it to make a dotted line down the middle of the airstrip so I could see it in the dark. Then I hit this water bucket trick shot. Look, I thought it was cool at the time, but looking back at this footage, it was one of the worst things I've ever seen. So in the final days of this 100-day adventure, there will be a blood moon every night, which means 1, I can't sleep to skip night. 2, zombies will spawn 3 times more frequently. And 3, they are a lot more powerful. And to top this disaster of a challenge off, on day 100, the zombies will be able to place TNT, break blocks, and even pillar up to you. Will I be able to survive these final days and defeat the final wave of zombies, or die trying? Day 91, I made a watchtower at the top of the base so I could have some high ground from the zombies. This would definitely help in the first wave. It was finally near the end of the day. I didn't know what would arise out of the fog. Finally, the wave of zombies started to spawn. It was time to defend this base. The sun rose on day 92. That meant that I've survived the first wave of zombies, but there was no time to rest. I went to work on making some traps for the watchtower. I made some lava pools to melt these zombies alive. I then decorated the tower because, well, it looks so bad. And then the second wave of zombies spawned, and the lava traps seemed to be working quite well, but it could be improved. The next day I improved the watchtower by adding some downwards facing dispensers to soon be able to release lava downwards to kill the bigger hordes of zombies. I then did some more decorating to the watchtower by adding a mixture of stone slabs and stone bricks to add some more texture to the build. I then tested out the trap on the third wave of zombies, and well, it worked so well. It was able to kill tons of zombies at once. At the start of day 94, I lowered the defenses and went to make a bridge that connected from the watchtower to the airplane tower for an easy way to get to the airstrip just in case if things went wrong. At the start of the day, I tried to duel the zombie, and yeah, I sucked at killing these things. I mean, one zombie did 3 hearts of damage to me. I then made a lava trap at the side of my base because I found as if there were tons of zombies piling up there. It was time for wave 5, and wow, this lava trap did wonders. The next day I had an idea to improve the zombie trap, so I did this by adding some trapdoors to the side of the base so zombies would more easily fall in. When wave 6 started, I could tell how much of a success the lava trap was. I mean, they were just willingly running to their deaths. At the start of day 97, I made a sentry turret on the bridge for a sort of last line defense. Then on the 7th wave, I went to fulfill my murderous tendencies. I spent most of the day making some more ammo and prep for the final wave because it was going to be insanely difficult. On the 8th wave, I let out my lava trap on hundreds of zombies and my game lagged so much it looked like I was running my game on Google Slides. Like bro, my PC sounded like a literal jet turbine. At the start of day 99, I hit this insane trick shot on this poor zombie. May he rest in peace. It was finally wave 9, the day before the final wave. This wave of zombies would not even be compared to what we will see on day 100. It was the morning of day 100, the final night was near, and I had to prepare fast. The first thing I did was slaughter a whole bunch of zombies. I then made a pointless 360 water bucket trick shot that could have definitely killed me. I am very unintelligent. Then just before night, I fueled up the Spitfire on the airstrip. I wanted a plan B just in case if things go wrong on the final wave, but I mean, I should be fine. It shouldn't be too hard. When waiting at the gates, the zombies suddenly broke in. Hundreds swarmed the base. I had to run. I quickly went up the stairs and tried to hold them off there until they broke through the roof. I ran to the ladder, just escaping the horde. I then was stuck at the top of the watchtower while the zombies were trying to get up to me. To slow them down, I set off the lava traps and then ran to the end of the bridge to try to fend them off. They soon broke up to the bridge, and I had to make a run for it. I then remembered that there was a plane still in the runway. I knew this base was lost, so I rushed down the stairs and opened the door. There were hundreds of zombies waiting at the plane, but I ran past them and got in. I quickly started the engine and flew away. I then flew far away from the base and into the sunset to find a new home. This 100-day journey was an adventure. We made countless friends along the way, and I'm glad to have you come along with us. If you want to see a 200 Days Part 2 where I try to go reclaim my home, leave a like and also consider subscribing. And lastly, join the Discord, link in the description. Anyways, this 100 days journey was the easiest thing I have ever done, and I didn't die once. Okay, never mind.